Right. Hey everyone, Sean Banks here, and welcome to another Sales Bite episode. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I created this YouTube channel to provide sales tips and best practices to small business owners, solopreneurs, and sales professionals to help them be able to start, progress, and even close a deal. So if you're going through my videos, especially this one, if you find anything of value to you that you can use in your sales process today, feel free to like the episode, leave comments as well. Tell me what it is that you liked about the episode. If you have suggestions or if there's anything in particular that you want to see, leave that feedback for me because that only helps me become better with crafting these videos and give you more tailored content to help you where you're at currently today. Also, more importantly, hit the subscribe button as well. Definitely so you can stay up to date with anything new that I drop, or any new content or any new posts that I create here on this channel. But today's topic for today is actually effectively managing your time. And this conversation or topic, I should say, was inspired by a conversation that I had with a lady by the name of Jennifer Lambert, who's a regional vice president for Primerica based in Phoenix, Arizona. Um, I actually connected with Jennifer after being introduced to her through a mutual connection on Alignable, and we just kicked it off. We on our first call, and we were just talking about some of the challenges of being a business owner. And one thing that she brought to my attention is that a lot of new business owners, they just have a hard time with trying to figure out how to manage their schedule and what they need to focus on as a new business owner. And being a new business owner can be a lot, to be honest. When you first start a business or if you enter into a business, you just don't know where to start, especially when you're responsible for generating revenue. So, I guess the question is, where do you focus? Do you start with building a contact list? Do you start with, creating email messaging? Where do you make calls? When do you make calls? What should your messaging be focused on? Um, and as a business owner, it's not just from the sales perspective that you're worried about. You have to think about, what you're going to do for marketing. What are you going to do as far as keeping track of your books? So time is very important. How you manage it is going to be critical. And one thing I always tell people is time is a new currency. It is worth more than a dollar today. And how you manage that time effectively is going to help determine how successful you are going to be in business. So today I wanted to provide three best practices or tips to actually help you be able to manage your time more effectively. And the first tip that I want to give everybody is be very adamant and clear about what your goals are. The more clear that you have on your goals, the better of an idea of where you need to focus to be able to hit those goals that you set for yourself. Now, as you're setting goals, I highly recommend to use the SMART format. Um, and pretty much what the SMART format is that you're setting goals that are very specific. They are they are metricable, so you can have metrics around those goals. They are definitely attainable. They're realistic. And more importantly, they're time bound. If your goals don't have a end date or due date behind them, then they're really not something that you're striving for. So when you're setting goals, making sure that you're using that SMART format as much as possible and be real clear on what you want to achieve of your goals. The more clear you are with your goals, the more clear the activity is that you need to do to actually be helping you get towards those goals in the first place. So goal setting is really important. I'll definitely start there when you're becoming a new business owner or you're going into a business to start off with, because it's really going to put you on a path to going to where you need to be ultimately. The second tip that I want to give everybody is, you know, as you're setting these goals, make sure that you are also creating a routine for yourself each and every day. Now, everybody's routine is going to be different. Your morning routine could be that you wake up in the morning, you exercise for the first 30 minutes of the day, whether that's going for a walk, going running, maybe it's doing yoga in the morning, whatever it is that that you need to actually get your morning started. It could be drinking a cup of coffee, it may be going to breakfast, sitting down, reading the newspaper, whatever it is that you want your routine to be to start off your day, though make sure that you are doing it consistently. And one thing I'll always say is you really want to start off your day in a way that energizes you and gets you in that mindset to be ready to tackle any challenges or roadblocks they may come across. One thing that I've learned from my wife as she's going through her coaching program is that her coach told her to focus on doing things that really energize and put her in a positive mindset. So for her, it is when she's going out for her walks in the morning or when she's working out, she's listening to motivational podcasts. Maybe she's reading, motivational quotes, something to get her in a positive mindset so she can be ready to face any of the challenges that she may encounter during the day. So I encourage you to figure out what your routine is. It can be in the morning, it could be in the afternoon, it could be in the evening. But one thing I'll say is stay consistent with it. Find something that works for you, something that energizes you, puts you in a positive mindset, something that elevates your equilibrium. So who you are as a person and where do you want to find yourself that keeps you balanced. So that's my second tip, and that is having a routine. Now, the third and final tip that I want to give everybody who's watching this video, who's struggling with time management, is make sure that you are also practicing time blocking. And what I mean by that is as you do your routines, and maybe you have a certain portion of the day where you just want to focus on, you know what, I need to build a contact list and I need to start reaching out to these people. So maybe in the morning from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, you are time blocking that certain hour so you can focus just on building that contact list and reaching out to those prospects. The reason why time blocking is so important is because you're protecting your time in that space for yourself to focus on that activity. And time blocking too, you really want to use it for your revenue generating activities, such as building contact lists, reaching out to clients, doing your follow-ups, because you don't want nobody to be able to invade that time that you set aside that's going to actually move the needle forward for your business. So time blocking is very crucial. I even do it for myself each and every day. I want to make sure that my calendar is blocked off for the activities that I need to focus on. That's going to help me move my business forward or put me somewhere further than where I am today. So, if you're looking at your calendar, just think about what are some of the activities that you really need to focus on for the day. Maybe if you want to look at it from a week's glance, look at it from a week and start putting time blocks in your calendar. Start blocking your time off for list building. Start blocking your time off for networking events. Block your calendar off for travel if you need to. But start blocking your calendar off today so you start having that time be protected. One thing I'll say is, protecting your time is really important. I know we have clients that reach out to us a lot. We have things that happen with family. We just want to make sure that if we're going to use this time appropriately to be able to manage our business, we need to be responsible. And we also need to be accountable for how we're spending our time. So with that being said, just to recap what was discussed on today's calls, um, there's three tips and best practices that I gave everybody for managing their time. The first one being that setting goals is very important. So make sure that your goals are, again, specific, measurable, they're attainable, realistic, and time bound. The second best practice and tip goes back to creating a routine. So figure out what that routine looks like for you every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and consistently follow that routine to the best of your ability. And the third and final tip I have for everybody is time blocking. So make sure that you are actively looking at your calendar and blocking off time for the activities that is going to be revenue generating for you that are very critical. So if it's your first 9 to 10 o'clock hour is focused on list building, then block that time off just for list building. If your 10 to 11 o'clock hour is focused on reaching out to everybody in that list that you built, then block it off to focus on calling and reaching out to those prospects, and so forth and so forth. But just make sure that you keep in mind these three best practices, and also just keep in mind that your time is valuable and time is a new currency in today's age. So that being said, I hope you found value in today's best practices and tips on time management. Again, thank you to Jennifer Lambert, who gave me this idea to focus on talking about time management. For those who want to connect with Jennifer, I did put her LinkedIn profile in the show notes. Definitely reach out to her if you're someone that needs help with financially, with your wills. Maybe you need help with looking at your 401ks. She is definitely the best person to talk to about your finances and how you can actually set yourself up to be in a better financial position. Another thing that I want to call out is that in the link in the show notes, I have a link for my community they call the Sales Lounge. This is where I share more best tips, best practices, tips for sales. So for small business owners, if you're looking to start, progress, or even close a deal, the tips that I'm sharing in this sales lounge is definitely going to be things that you want to start incorporating into your sales process today. And again, you can find a link to that community in the show notes as well. Other than that, that is everything that I had for today's episode. Again, if you're watching this, if you have feedback for me, definitely put that into the comments. If you found today valuable, like this video and also subscribe to the channel. Uh, Other than that, I look forward to seeing everybody again on my channel. Look forward to sharing the next best tip and practice I have for everyone. That being said, I look forward to talking to each other soon. Bye.